You told me a couple weeks ago, hey, I got an interview. It's crazy. You might even want to sit in on it. I start watching this girl's channel. And you want to know the tipping point for me when I realized that this was just not the type of chick who normally starts a YouTube channel, was when I click on one of the videos and you're talking about some rapper drama, and then you had to do the breathalyzer in your car.
Start the damn car. At that moment, I knew we are dealing with a real street individual.
Yeah.
100%.
I always heard about that thing. I just never really seen it. And I'm like watching, I'm like, oh man, she just had to breathe into that. Jaleec. Am I saying right?
Jaleec.
Jaleec. Welcome to the channel. Man, number one, I think everybody out there, if you're interested in what's going on with Northern California hip hop and everything, they should all tap in with your channel, because you be really serving these dudes in a way.
Dive into it.
It's not normal. It's not typical. You're crossing boundaries that a lot of people don't seem willing to cross. It seems like you're so hell bent on making something out of yourself on YouTube and social media that you're willing to go all out.
Absolutely.
I think it's the, men search for relationships and they don't want to ruin shit or make somebody mad or make this. She don't care.
She don't give a fuck.
She don't care. I'm about to expose whatever it is. I'm telling y'all the truth of what happened.
Yeah.
I don't care about being their friends, none of that. I'm about to tell y'all exactly what happened.
100%.
It's making for a crazy YouTube channel.
Definitely. How long you been doing YouTube?
Honestly, I started last year.
Only a year?
A year.
Wow.
Right.
And I think we've all kind of decided to get over high during this interview just to deal with the trauma.
Absolutely. I agree.
Okay, wait. So you're from Oak Park? Is this true?
I'm from downtown. So I grew up in Oak Park.
Okay.
Right.
And up until what age?
I've been in Oak Park from honestly, since I was a kid until now.
So it's just regular to you?
It's regular.
Regular.
Yeah.
So you've seen it become notorious on the internet and everything?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What brought you over there?
Well, my father, when he came from Cuba, he came from they went to Miami, and from Miami they came to Oak Park. That's where all the Cubans in Sacramento settle.
Okay.
So a lot of people are oblivious to that. They don't know that that's like the honeycomb for Cubans.
I wouldn't have known that.
It's like Burbank for Armenians.
So that's where,
absolutely,
if the Island Boys come to Northern California, that's where they should tap in.
Are they Cuban?
Yeah.
That's new.
Maybe not the types that y'all would want to claim, but they're out there.
I don't think so.
Okay. But I like, who were you hanging around during your time there? Because there are certain people that I'll hear you talking about in terms of Sacramento, in particular the BOE side of things, where I'm like, oh, she's holding her tongue. There's things she wants to say, but she's not willing to let it out because of personal relationships or something like that.
People.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I grew up with everybody.
Okay.
But BOE, it was different with them. I watched them grow up. I didn't grow up with them. I watched them grow up.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And you have, like, for me as a layman, BOE, I think BOE Sosa, and then I kind of find out about other dudes associated with him from that. Is that true, or has BOE been around for a lot longer?
No, BOE started when BOE Sosa was about 15.
Okay.
So I'm 29. So I don't know how old they are.
Me neither.
They got to be like 23, 24, right?
But I remember BOE Sosa popping off in like 2017.
When he was like 15, 16.
He was a kid too.
He was a kid.
We had never seen a kid who looked like him rapping really before at that point.
And that's what blew him up.
Yeah.
It's all about the image in the industry.
Right.
But it was the cosign from Mozzie.
Right.
That gave him that push. So I didn't know BOE Sosa personally, but I was around his infrastructure.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
All right.
Right. Now Mozzie, that's a different story.
Okay.
But
why? What was your association with Mozzie?
Too.
Yeah, let's just air that out.
We want to get to that one too.
With Mozzie, Mozzie would always come to my school. I was going to Sac Heights in Oak Park, and so I was around Fab. Fab is who Mozzie was highly affiliated with.
Okay.
He doesn't talk about his brother Rob, but Rob is the one that passed away that he is harboring all this anger towards Oak Park with.
Okay.
He's not going to admit to that, but they'll say in the People's Plan, he says that. Like, I pull up to the gravesite to go see Rob off, like Uzi off of 8th of Syrup. So he addresses it, but he directly addresses it.
Okay.
So this is where his anger with Oak Park comes from.
Okay.
So when I was going to Sac High, I was with Fab. Like I was on 2nd, I was on 4th. Like my best friend was Nani Blanco. So I was just in the mix. So he was always around when he was little Tim.
Okay.
So when he drove up, he rode up to Sac High on a bike. Like this is how long?
What year is this?
I want to say 2007.
Wow.
It's 2024.
Right, that was a long ass time ago. Yeah.
Exactly. So you get how deep it gets with me in Oak Park, you know. And I remember when Mozzie was little Tim, and he used to ride to Sac High on his bike, and then he copped the coupe Lexus, because back in like 2007, 2008, the 2002 coupe Lexuses, or the 90, maybe I might be like misconstruing the year, but maybe 2002, 1990 or something. The coupe Lexuses that everybody used to have in the hood, he had that. So yeah, that's how long I've been.
Would you say you were always fascinated by street shit and gangbanging? Because I feel like a lot of girls kind of shy away from it. They let it be boy stuff. You seem like maybe you're even a little extra. You're more interested in it than the guys, perhaps.
Well, when I came to Oak Park, I didn't expect to get influenced the way that I was influenced. I didn't expect to get involved the way that I was involved. I just came to go to school because I knew VJ's sister, Sugar Gang VJ. I knew his sister, and so my relationship with her is what kind of like gravitated me to Oak Park.
Okay.
Yeah, and then little did I know my father and my mother went to Sac High, and you know, I don't know, but I'm not infatuated with it. I'm more so like intrigued.
Okay.
That's the word.
But I feel like you go beyond just being interested and intrigued in it, because I feel like you're really out here. Like, I feel like you take it to a further extent than even I do, because you're out here really telling dudes how they're supposed to act and what they need to do. And, you know, like what could.
Because she's from there.
You're always talking, stand on business. You really like, you're speaking so authoritatively about like what the rules are of being a gangster, that I'm like, damn, she's coming from a different perspective than the average YouTuber.
Because there is rules to it. Growing up in Oak Park, there's structure. We can't compare Sacramento to Stockton because there's no structure. Sacramento, Oak Park specifically, is one of the most notorious neighborhoods in Sacramento. I mean, let's just reference their backdoor activity. You know, they play like an Ivy League sport, and all the cases go cold. This is how sinister Oak Park gets. You know what I'm saying? With the politics, with their structure, with the way that they maneuver. So it's like I grew up underneath that format, underneath that guidance. So it's like when I see this new age of gangbanging, I'm like, that you're not even doing it right.
Okay.
You want to you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to keep that. Yeah. Like, they don't keep a stitch lip no more.
So do you go so hard on EBK because of the animosity from Oak Park towards them, or is it because of just your personal feelings about some of the stuff that they might get wrapped up in?
It's just everything coincides. So honestly, with EBK, it's like I see. Okay. With EBK, I get so passionate about it because it's like they're not structured. It's not the animosity with Oak Park. Because if it was up to Oak Park, I wouldn't even have any dealings or any associations or any opinions about EBK. They would be strictly enemies. I don't look at them like that.
Okay.
Now, I do come for EBK Young Jock from time to time. But I do.
But he's the messiest one. I mean, let's be real. He's been in the most shit.
Yeah, he's been in the most, for sure. For sure. But it's like with EBK, it's like, it's more so their affiliations with them involving themselves in the Sacramento politics. We gave them that platform. They won't admit it, though.